season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And now as we get toward the home stretch here in the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you got some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block. And
this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Fielded at the 20. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Back to the air on second down. Noel. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. The Seahawks at 10-4 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Off play action. Noel. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Noel toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. And they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Noel over the middle, complete. It's Kramer. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner. And that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gibson again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Boye Mafe in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Noel. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw. Noel. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 16-point lead. 16-0. That's the score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And complete to Drake London. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. On 1st down, Noel. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Noel. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Kramer. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Operating from the gun. Noel. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll look to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On second down, here's Gibson again. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
This one goes underneath to Walker, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And that last throw is going to put him over the top. Boy, did you think we'd ever see this? He's over 5,000 yards passing now in this, his rookie season in the NFL. Incredible.
Well, we have seen a trend of college quarterbacks who threw the ball well on Saturdays come right into the league and play well in the NFL. But this type of a number, I'm not sure we could have imagined it. We're watching something really special here.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now. Light a fire under these guys. They've got.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. It's second and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. Back to throw. Noel. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we've come upon halftime with a visiting Seahawks.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Noel, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 3rd and 2, Noel.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Fields going to keep it once more.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And some room to work.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 69 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking to throw. Noel
targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, Noel. He finds his man, complete. It's Kramer. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
Let's go now.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. So no gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks extend their lead yet again.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So out come the Falcons now.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now it's Fields.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll go option to the short side. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's McGee. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard. Get out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats?
Back now here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1. Completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Walker. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
He was brought down by 28 a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw again on second down. Fields. That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
106 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They run again with Walker, and he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Again, idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Here we go, here we go.
And they take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy,